Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Franca Abraham Imaku Adejube, as usual. Guys, I'm so sorry I couldn't come out since Friday. I was actually enjoying myself. My older sister came in from the UK, so I just seized the opportunity to just lie in and enjoy myself, enjoy my sister, enjoy her presence, So that was why I couldn't come out. I'm so sorry I didn't preempt you guys. Well, here we go. I just want to say a big thank you to my friends, my family, my commandos, and to you out there that I do not know but follow me. In fact, I am overwhelmed as it is right now at the amount of calls, the amount of comments, the amount of, care and concern, It is just amazing. It is so, so amazing. I just want to say a big thank you. I want to appreciate you. I want to tell you I love and appreciate your care so much. It means a lot to me, Like I said the other time, we're going to do just 10 minutes this morning. Don't forget our agreement. It's 10 minutes per day. I'm not a good talker. I talk, but when it becomes like I get tired easily talking. So we're going to do 10 minutes today. And I promise you, whenever I'm going to go off like that again, I will not just run off on you. I will let you know before I go off. But it's just my kids surprised me. My sister just came. I didn't know. I wasn't expecting her. I was already in bed sleeping and boom, my sister appears. So I was so carried away. I even did not remember to do anything right anymore. I was just enjoying the moment. Anyway, that being said, I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you from your time zone and wherever you're watching me from. I thank you so much for always coming back. I thank you for sharing. I thank you for liking my videos. I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Like I was saying, the last time we stopped where I think the last video we stopped where I gained consciousness in the ICU. Sorry, I have to put on my glasses. It's not like I don't see without it at all, but it helps me see clearer and better. So, like I was saying, I think I stopped where I heard my husband talking to me, and then I woke up at the ICU after the second operation, after I passed out, when I bled in and I passed out, and my stitches had to be opened again to correct the operation. So after I came through that day, because they had tubes and all in me, I couldn't talk. So I was just looking at my husband, and he would say anything. I would just answer him with my eyes. I would try to wink or something. I couldn't talk because I had all this stuff in my throat. There was a tube in my mouth, the breathing tube, so I couldn't talk. So when he called them to say I am awake, they came and they pulled out the normal thing. They pulled out the tube, and there was a Chinese doctor. There was the doctor that did the operation, Doctor, I think his name was King Stella or something. There was that King Stella doctor. There was a Chinese doctor. There was another There were about 4 of them. So when they pulled out the tube, they were talking in a corner, and I and my husband were together. And trust now, a woman, I was like, I didn't know how long I'd been there. I just knew I'd been there for a while. So I asked my husband, "Àwọn ọmọ mi ńkọ́?" You know, I couldn't talk loud, definitely, but I said so. I mumbled something out. So they were having their own discussion, and my husband was holding my hand, and he was talking, and I mumbled out something. And then they turned, and the Chinese doctor asked, "Did she just say something?" And my husband said, "Yes." I think they now asked him to wait outside for a little bit or so. I think they asked him to wait outside so they could get me properly ready, because they had just removed the tube. They have not removed the other connections. So when he went out, he said to me, "Are you in pain?" And then I nodded my head. And then he said, he asked about 2-3 questions, and I was answering with gestures. I did not say a word. So when he turned back to go, and I said, "Excuse me," he turned, you know, that kind of swift turn, you know. He was very quick at turning. And then he said, "Did you just say something?" And then I said, "Yes." "What's the problem?" And then they started laughing, you know, the doctors. They started laughing, kind of congratulatory thing. That was when they said to me that because the operation, that's the second one now, the one where I passed out and they took me into the theater, because it was an emergency. Normally when you do thyroid operation, when you want to do the thyroid operation, you have to take out the vocal cords so that you don't destroy the vocal cords, because it's very easy to destroy the vocal cords when you do thyroid operation. But because it was an emergency this time, there was no time to start looking for it was life or death thing, so they just had to do what they had to do. So apparently they thought they had destroyed my vocal cords and I won't be able to speak anymore. So that was why when he was asking questions and I was answering with gestures, he thought I had lost my voice. So I said, "No, my voice is still here," you know, and we laughed. So after a while, I was sent, they now explained to me why they didn't bother to remove the vocal cord, because it was an emergency. They just had to save my life, and that thank God I'm alive now, and thank God they did not destroy my vocal cord. But if at all anything had happened, they have other measures of helping one to express, or maybe I don't know. Anyways, that was it. Then I went home after a few days, you know. I went home, life continued. I had 3 lovely kids, and we just enjoyed life. And after a while, I got a call from the hospital. I had to go for radioiodine therapy. Radioiodine therapy is, how do I explain it? It's a tablet, a capsule actually. It's a capsule. You swallow it. But this is a capsule. It is nuclear medicine that brings the capsule to you. There is a radiation room that's where you take it. You'll be put on admission, then while on admission, you swallow this capsule. This capsule is practically radiation. It's like swallowing radiation. You know how dangerous radiation is. So it's just like swallowing it, and it's a secluded room in the hospital. There are no, it's just, there is no, you do not get to be attended to by a doctor or nurse. They talk to you through a window that is just like, it's not your regular window. It's just a very tiny window, and you can see the thickness of the wall through that small window. The thickness of the wall through that window is almost like that. The thickness of the wall is almost that size. Because whenever I go to that window, the thickness alone is like a table. It's like a table for me. Because what they do is they bring you food, they put it there, and they go away. When they are gone, you go there, take in your food and close that window. That window is always kept shut. But outside to the back, there is another window. But I think is it open or shut? I think it's shut as well. But the room is okay. It's well aired and all. So I had my first radioiodine therapy on the day Michael Jackson died. I remember that because that morning I was to have the radiation therapy around 12, and I remember the first news I heard that morning was Michael Jackson's death. That's why I remember. So that was the same day I had my first radioiodine therapy. So the doctors came, they told me, and the thing is, when you are going for radioiodine therapy, every clothes you take, you are not allowed to take them back home because they will have radiation when you finish. Everything you touch, everything, like I was eating with disposable plates and spoons, and every leftover food had to be destroyed. You know, there is the room has a section like towards the bathroom where you dispose of everything. It just crushes everything, food left over, you know, it crushes it down into I don't know what it's called now. I've forgotten what that thing is called. Anyways, I was there for 1 week. I did the radiation, and when they want to give you life, when they want to give you the radiation capsule, they come as a team. I think there were 3 of them, and then there is a metal oval. Will I call it oval now? Like the shape of an egg, but very big, and it's all metal. All metal. It's almost that big. It's the shape of an egg, but it's all metal. And then they open that metal, and there's a tiny hole inside it. Then they tilt it for the capsule, radiation capsule, to drop in a, you know, the cup you use in taking medication. And then they go away and watch you from the window where you have to take it and take water. I did it. Because at this point, that was meant to, what they said was, it was meant to kill the remaining cancer cells in the thyroid zone. Since I had thyroidectomy, took out the thyroid glands, so this was now to just, in case there was any thyroid hormone that had escaped from the gland, so that the radiation capsule will burn it out. So that was it. I had that, and after a week I was discharged. No, after 2 weeks I had to stay in the hospital for 1 week, because then I was carrying radiation. I couldn't go into public transport because I was a danger to pregnant women and people with low immune system, because I was virtually like radiating. I couldn't go to public places. I couldn't use public transport. I couldn't do a lot of things. Even when I was discharged, and my husband agreed that I should spend another 2 weeks at the hotel so as to not to endanger the life of my kids as well, because they were very young. And I knew, it's difficult not to have your child give you a hug when you come home. So what happened was, when I got discharged, we paid for hotel and I went into the hotel for 2 weeks. I was in hotel. Although they told me I would be okay after 1 week, but we just had to be careful. So I was in hotel for 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks I returned home, and life continued, people. I continued living my life. Things were going all this while. Whenever I'm home, I'm still going back to work, and life continued. I went back to work, started working started doing my usual things, raising my family, working. And then, after a while, I was called again. I went for a checkup, and I was called again for another radiation. In short, I had about three or four radiations before. This was between 2009 and 2012. So I think it was 2012 that I was now told the cancer had spread. I had 17 minutes. We have to stop now, guys. I will continue from here tomorrow. I will continue from 2012 tomorrow, okay? Talk to you guys. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to share, and share. Because if you don't share, we are going nowhere. But if you share, you never can tell who this video will help. So let's try and share and like and share. Okay? Like and share this video. Thank you. Have a lovely and blessed day. Until we meet tomorrow morning. Have a lovely day. I love you all. Mwah.